Hi, Liz Eglin here. Today I'm going to talk about using Microsoft Forms as a quiz assessment. So what I'm going to do first is just go into Forms. And if I want to do a survey, I'm going to pick new form at the top. But typically what I want to use this for is a graded multiple choice quiz. And as you can see, these are quizzes that I've used the last couple of years. And it's not hard to use at all. It could be a little bit tricky, so I'm just going to show you a couple of things to keep in mind. Okay, so let's say I want to use chapter 14 from The Giver that I had used last year. Okay, so I'm going to locate that in my quizzes. I go down here. And I really don't want to use the same link because my student information from last year is on there. Now again, maybe I want to keep it to see, okay, what questions did students struggle with last year? And that's fine. But again, typically I want to, and it brings me up to the top automatically, so I have to keep kind of scrolling back down here. So I want to keep using a new quiz. So to do that, I'm going to copy it. So a lot of times in Microsoft Office, I'm finding you have to go to the ellipsis, click on that, and I want to copy. And I'm actually going to copy it twice. I'm going to make sure it copied up here, and then I might even go back down here and just delete this, just to kind of get that out of the way, because I really don't want to be using that again. Okay, so now I have this, and I've copied it. I'm going to maybe preview it just to make sure it looks okay. There's no mistakes, that none of them are open-ended, unless I want to go and grade those by hand, which I've done before. It takes a little bit longer, and I'm just going to change that background. Okay, so at this point, I am ready to share. And this is what's important to know. So when I want to share with my coworkers, I want to go down and copy this link. And then I usually will email that to them. And I want to make sure I put that under the right chapter. I'm going to hit Control V and that will copy, because this is what can be a little tricky. This is the link I want to use with my students. Okay, so what I've been doing is just kind of setting up a little email, almost like a chart here, just for myself, so I know this is the student link and then this is the teacher link. Okay, because they're two different things, and if I send this to students, they won't be able to take the quiz. At this point, if you wanted to use a quiz that somebody shared from this point, if you click on it, it will go into your account, your Microsoft Forms, and from there you can edit it. And to edit the title here, do you see where that says to? I might want to even put my class period. You know, and again, if you do this, this is fine. Just make sure. There are times I've separated my classes by period, but each different period has a different link. So when I send this, okay, so this would be, I would send this to my period 1, and then I would go back, and if I wanted to change this, say this is period 3, and it auto saves. Okay, so then this is the link I would send to my period 3. Now I can use this within assignments, and I made it in Word document, and then I just put the assessment at the bottom. Now there is a way I could go into Teams and add it separately, which is something maybe we'll try next week to see if that's easier for students, or I could email these links directly to my students. Okay, so again, if I'm going to email it to them, I also made a video on how to set up basically groups of your students by classes. So if you have that done, all I have to do is, so I'm going to save this as a draft. It will auto save, but go to new message, you know, and then I would type in LA1, you know, basically type in all my classes. Okay. And then a student had emailed me about, for some reason, she could not get chapter 11 to work. So if I was going to, maybe even just copy that. If I was going to use this link, I might want to label it just so I'm sure. Okay, so this is the link I want to send to students. So then I might say something like The Giver chapter 11 link. And then I might put a message. Fix that. Please use this link below to take the chapter 11 quiz if the other link does not work. Thank you. Okay. Now, if they try to take this again, you know, if they can only take it one time, but for some reason it was telling the other student that she already took it when she didn't, and I don't know why that was. So I could just email this to all of them right now, and I might want to, you know, include my grade level partners on this because maybe their students are having the same problem. I'll say if the other link does not work. Okay, and then I would just send that out. Okay. And I'm actually not sure if it did or not, so I'm going to double check before I send that out. But again, Forms is not easy to use. The best way to learn how to use it is to play around with it. And again, you might have to adjust some things. You know, you might have to tweak it a little bit. And again, you just want to be really clear of what link you are sending students, because again, if you send that edit link, technically they could edit the test, and I don't think they would be able to take it on that link. Okay, well, thanks for listening. If you have any problems, send me an email or leave me a comment below. As always, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and hit the bell. Thank you very much.